we are going to jump in to Strange Antiquities. We're going to start from the very beginning. We probably won't get halfway through the game, but I'm excited to jump in. I wonder if they've changed anything from the demo, or whether it'll play out the same, but we'll see if our puzzling heads are switched on. I hope they are. I hope yours are, otherwise I'll be gubbed. Let's go here. If I need to move my camera because I'm in the middle of a UI element, that's fine. But yes, there will be no rushing today. We're going to enjoy it. This game is out tomorrow as well, so I would recommend, if you don't have it on your wishlist now, shove it on your wishlist and you'll get notified the moment it goes live. I'm going to check the options just first. We're going to have auto-labelling on because I am not good at labelling. And visuals, you can have simplified text for fonts that are easier to read. I will say the spider is visible. I don't know, arachnophobia, I'm guessing that is the spider is visible if it's on, not the ban on spiders. Hopefully we're all cool with spiders. I don't know if anyone is really concerned about that. We can turn it off, but we do have that as an option, which is nice. Sound volume we're going to keep as is, and language we've got that. Plus it's all text anyway, so I'm going to be reading stuff out. Alright, let's begin. I am very hyped for this. And it's actually kept my save. Oh, that's interesting. I've forgotten everything from the demo. So I might clear that and we'll continue. So it actually did keep my demo save. That's nice. I'm going to clear it though. We're going to begin from the very beginning. So one thing I'll also say is that I was actually very close to the Strange Antiquities gang at Gamescom. I was literally just round the corner from them. They were part of the Nintendo Switch had like a group of games, and they were just round the corner from little corners where I was at, and I jumped in for a chat with them. They were very nice. As a thaumaturgy's apprentice, there is a lot to learn. Every object must be treated with care, and it is important to identify the harmful from the harmless, the potent from the mild. It was only supposed to be a temporary arrangement when Eli left the shop, Strange Antiquities in my hands. None of us knew that by then the pendulum was already swinging with a terrible certainty that could not be stopped. The ravens were an omen, a circling unkindness of black wings and cheerless cries that seemed even then to signal the start of a rising dread. Da-da-da. The good news is we have another cat. Hey Blur, how you doing? Cat. Alright. Who do we have first? Eli White. I've been called away to assist in an urgent matter in Ravenglass. Must leave at once. Leaving the shop in your care with some reluctance, I might add. Make use of my reference materials. Here, take this. This is our book, which we can inspect. Strange artifacts. We have all of them here. And I think that has a lot more inside it than what was in the demo. So we're already off to a good start. We'll move that down. Can we move that down somewhere? There we go. Okay. There's an index in the back that may be useful. If in doubt, study it carefully. And remember, there are some powerful artifacts here. Under no circumstance should you seek entry to any locked doors, drawers or cupboards. In fact, safest not to touch anything at all. I should be back in a few days. Nice. Chocolate oranges are extremely tasty. They're excellent. I think chocolate oranges and Toblerones are like probably like top tier chocolate. Oh, good par sound effect. Alright, who have we got first? Congratulations, today is the day you meet the great Thomas Pope. That's me. Imagine someone introducing themselves to you like that. I'm a man of two loves, fresh mountain air and a little white dog called Hamish. I reserve some room for laughter among friends and shops with cats in them. I mean, as you should. If you'd be so kind, I'm looking for a replacement for my hunter's boon. So, first of all, we should probably check our manual. We need a hunter's boon. A hunter's boon is a primitive item. They grant the power of the predator, enhancing perception and agility. They are made from trophies taken from slain beasts, with those from the deadliest predators being the most prized. They are simple items without embellishment. Okay. Simple items without embellishment, and also they are taken from certain animals. So let's have a wee inspection. So colour and composition, we've got yellowy brown, sense of touch, smooth with hard ridges, scent and sound, nothing to remark, and inner perception, a sensation of power. So gut tells me that that's potentially one of them. I do wonder what this is. Has some evil quality to it. Okay, I was thinking maybe hunter's bones. I think it's gonna be the tooth. I think that's probably the most acceptable. Made from trophies taken from slain beasts. The drawing's the wolf. I reckon it's gonna be that. Let's see how we do. Nice. This is a tiger's tooth. Okay. A trophy from a predator. On closer inspection, it gives a sensation of power. Nice. Sorted. Selenic totem. These carved totems, more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling, such as love or joy, and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. They sometimes feature crescent shapes associated with both the Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or night. Nice. Hey, Katie, how you doing? You can add labels to items while inspecting them. The nights are drawn in again. Dark shadows hide dark deeds, or so my father always used to say. Seems like the shadows have grown darker since he passed 2 winters gone. A creeping dark is set up in my house. I'm told a shadow hold will draw it out. A shadow hold. Right, let's go. Wait, first of all, index. Give me that index. Shadow hold. A shadow hold or a shadic vessel is a container of any kind, sometimes a jar or a bottle or some sort of box. It can be used to contain an ashadic spirit, the manifestation known as creeping dark, pulling it from the shadows like poison from a wound. They are decorated with an elaborate design called a shadow catcher. A shadow catcher. Okay. My heart feels lighter. Raised detailing. It's bronze. It's not really a box, is it? I have nothing to remark. It's pungent. Markings have been carved in it, and it's clay. So hold on, let's take a quick look. So we've basically got a cross, a circle, and then the 4 pointy bits. Which I'm not sure, like that is a circle. It's slightly different though in design. But it does say it's a jar or bottle or some kind of box. So I think it's this one. Would you mind moving the camera down a bit? Yes, I can do that, absolutely. Let's go for... I'll tuck my way down here, okay? Hopefully that's alright for you. Let's go for the jar. I think this is the shadow hold. That's not a jar. Be naughty, go in the corner. Exactly. Banished to the shadow realm. But we've identified yet another one. The item is a container of some kind. The design on the bottle is the same as the sketch. Nice. Sunbond. A sunbond is small and lightweight, designed to be carried discreetly and made of a non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth and the light of the sun, a brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. Nice. Let's do it. What's with all these ravens flying about Undermere today? I can't remember ever seeing anything like it. Not a good day to be the sort who believes in dark omens. A letter for you. Oh boy. We discovered some papers in a hidden desk drawer in the boatyard last night. Mr. Jones almost threw them in the fire pit. I asked to take a look at them first. That man does like to burn things. They look old, maybe there's nothing of much use here, but I thought of you when I came across an entry on the shin. Charlie Weathers. Thank you, Charlie. Very kind of you. Next up, who we got? I want an Ossic ring. Ossic. That's a pleasing word to hold on the tongue. I'm gonna touch my Ossic ring. You had a dream about me and Jess last night. We all went shopping. Jess and I looked for makeup while you went to buy nerdy Lego sets to make an arch for your wedding ceremony. That's a very specific dream. And now you've planted that idea that there's going to be a Lego arch, which is going to be... Like, I was in the Lego shop in Edinburgh at the weekend, and, like, I was just... Sometimes, maybe I'm just misunderstanding the price of things now, but I walked in, and it was like... There was a Star Wars Ewok that was, like, £140. I was like, fucking hell, that is a lot for an Ewok. And then you had, like... Hobbiton, you had like the Shire, and that was like 350 quid. I was like, damn, Lego are making bank. Right, we need an Ossic ring. These somewhat macabre objects were originally made as offerings to the goddess Corchin. Corchin? But the practice fell out of favour as belief waned. They are hard to come across now, but they are occasionally sought for their ability to keep vermin at bay. Some say that they can hear Corchin's unearthly hiss when they hold an Ossic ring up to their ear. Okay, does this look like it's... Nothing to remark about scent and sound. Okay, it doesn't feel like a ring then. We're gonna check on the sound. The sound is the key thing there. That's potentially a ring. I was expecting it to smell worse than it does. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. So am I missing something here? Hard to come by, sought to keep vermin at bay, and there's a hiss. Oh, we can go. We can go different ways. Thank goodness for that. Next to the eye, there's a ring made of bones. Yeah, so a soft sound like a serpent's whisper. We can also go to... Oh, fuck. It's a Ouija board. Ouija board? Ouija board? We can. We've got weights in the cupboard as well. So we've got £0.5, £1, £2. Let's go with the serpent's hiss. Boom. Identified. Made of bone, this item satisfies the description. Macabre. Closer inspection confirms a hissing noise can indeed be heard. Nice. The Evercant. These stone items weigh the same as a man's heart according to popular myth. The truth is a little less dramatic, but the weight of these items is nevertheless important. Should not stray more than a hair from precisely £1. They're placed on the chest of those in a coma to draw them out. To draw out the coma? The Luigi board. I've just seen that Luigi Mangione has been cleared of the domestic terrorism thing. I've not seen anything else on it. That was just the headline that the notification said. The behaviour of these ravens is disturbing to say the least. As a rule, they only come together to feed. Ravens are omnivores, carrion eaters mostly, but they'll take anything they can get their talons into. And they'll kill if necessary. I didn't plan on dropping in today, but there's something happening out there and I'd like to know what. A voice of Cernunnos might help put me at ease, or it might do the opposite. Okay, let's find you a cheeky wee voice of Cernunnos. The name Voice of Cernunnos is used to refer to any bronze torque that has certain imbued properties. With skill, such an item can be used to read the patterns of nature that are otherwise hidden to us. Cernunnos is a pagan god of forest and nature, typically depicted as a man with the antlers of a stag and often wearing or holding a torque. So, it's specifically the torque in question. There is one there. I don't know how this makes me feel. It's rough and gnarled, it's smooth. A dark wood and stone, so it's not... Okay, that's not it. This could potentially be... This is bronze. Raised detailing. Doesn't smell anything. Heart feels lighter. I feel like that's not it. That's not it either. We'll go to the right. Sense of touch. Okay, so that's bronze. Smooth, nothing to remark. Strong sense of being watched. Nothing to remark. Okay, this is bronze. Raised detailing. Nothing to remark and nothing to remark. Lots of bronze. That's iron. Brown fabric. No, not that. That's gold. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff that we can't get into yet. A Voice of Cernunnos. Forest in nature, depicted as a man with the antlers of a stag. I mean, there is like... I mean, that's a stag. That's not that's not bronze. So... Okay, I can move my plant. That's fun. Okay, we've got like a wee crescent moon thing. We've also got the choker that is bronze. Uneven texture. Doesn't smell of anything. I mean, that's a good shout. Antlers of a stag. Don't think that throws into it. Says it can be imbued with certain properties though, and I feel like my heart feels lighter from that is good. Plus it's Celtic. Raised detailing. He's not really wearing anything like that though, is he? And that's not bronze. Okay, we'll go with this. The only other one I think it could be is that, potentially. But again, he's not really wearing anything like that. And... Fuck, this is bronze too. Nah, we'll go with his little necklace. Boom. This item is made of bronze. A similar looking item appears around the neck of Cernunnos in the sketch. Nice. Still curious about the clock. I dare say that'll come into it. Spirit Eye. There are some who stay away from spirit eyes, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fear as nothing more than superstition. It is not clear exactly what they do show. Another layer beneath the visible world, perhaps. A layer that requires something more than the traditional senses to experience. They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed upon them. Nice. And that's us finished our first day. And we identified them all. So look at us go. The black mare thundered through the icy rain, shining wet in the silver moonlight. Her cloaked rider was exhausted, cold, and soaked to the bone. He knew he would not survive the night if he did not reach Back Barrow. Guess we're clicking here. Oh. I do not remember this from the demo. Whee! Oh, this is kind of fun. I like it. Handcuffs. Oh wait, maybe I do remember that. An escaped prisoner ran northwest. He hid me in the first building he came to. Ah, yeah, okay. I do remember bits of this. Use arrow keys or WAS to navigate the shop. Ah, that's cool. Pet the cat. Absolute must. Never give up the opportunity. Verona Green. Ah well, that's just perfect. Undermere fizzing with fear over these Raymonds, and the thaumaturge has left his apprentice in charge. Sorry, my dear, that was rude. Pay no attention to me. I'm an old lady who got out the wrong side of bed. These ravens have got under my skin is all. Please do let Eli know that I was looking for him next time you see him, and pass on my thanks for letting me borrow his copy of Hermetic Symbology. Thank you. Oh, new book. Tess Sherwood. I feel paralysed. I have no job, no partner, no friends, no prospects. I heard a horned shackle might be the answer. Well, let's get you a horned shackle. Horned shackles are used to bring about change in one's life, bestowing the ability to overcome personal demons. In use, the horns are rubbed between one's fingers, causing them to become worn smooth over the years. They can be worn as pendants, but are more commonly totems of some kind. Okay. So, we're going to have a look to see how smooth these horns are. This part feels smooth. This is rough and pitted. We've got these wood. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. That's a potential. We also have... We can also just yank the clock. Huh. Okay. I imagine we'll get to that later. How about these? Nothing to remark on that. Colour and composition, sense of touch. Hard and somewhat rough. Don't think it's that then, if it's the horns. These aren't really horns, these are antlers. They're pointy. That's textured. And these are ridged, so they're not smooth. I think that could be our horned shackle, because it does say that they're totems. That's an elaborate horned shackle. Ours could be way more basic. So I'm gonna go for it. The item has horns. Closer inspection reveals that the horns have been worn smooth. Look at us go. Vesiger. A vesiger can be used to prevent the spread of disease and pestilence. Among other oddities, flames burn pale blue in their presence. Oh my god, we can pick up the candles. You cannot burn your plant. I don't want to burn the cat. I don't think there's anything we can do with this card just yet. We'll invite someone else in. Oh, it's the postie. At least the weather's looking a little better out there today. Thanks. What do we got? Good day. You might be interested to hear that my plough overturned a strange looking object yesterday. Come to the farm and it's yours for the right price, of course. Sake, okay. Can we leave? Yeah. And we've got a breakdown of the people that we can meet. Finally. Devourer of Souls. Jupiter. Jupiter is the thaumaturge's cat, or more accurately, Eli is Jupiter's thaumaturge. Jupiter found strange antiquities, perhaps drawn to the curiosities within, and made it his home. Eli was more than happy to accommodate him, but he learned early on that Jupiter was his own master. His business is his own, but it largely consists of regular naps, terrorising rodents, and midnight explorations of Undermere and beyond. What he does on his excursions is a mystery, but he seems to be well known among the town's residents. Jupiter's the best, so we need to defend Jupiter with our life. Who have we got now? Ah, Jupiter, we meet again. Our paths crossed late last night on Princess Street. We shared a moment before he slunk off into the dark on important business, no doubt. I wonder if you can help me. I'm visiting my grandmother later and I wanted to bring her something. She lives all alone on the edge of town, out on Clanbrook Road. I don't always manage to get there as often as I'd like. Thought maybe a moon heart would bring her some comfort. Okay, moon heart. Let's go. Index at the back. Okay, so these are just like general subjecty. Okay, cool. Let's have a look for moon heart, which is not a thing. Maybe there's another. Sorry, am I missing something here? We're gonna go through them. They might be called like a moon heart. A light and shadow. Nope, don't see moon heart there. Mentic, Wixic. Guilt and shame. Ethereal key. Nope. Evocant. Nope. The game is telling you to use. Oh yeah, that's what I thought. It's okay. Sorry, it was not allowing me to turn, or at least I wasn't turning. So we need a moon heart, which is a Selenic totem. There we go. These carved totems, more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling such as love or joy, and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. Sometimes feature crescent shapes associated with both the Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or night. They often feature crescent shapes, and we've also got this book here, so we've got Selenic and Noctic. Sentiment or feeling such as love or joy. They have crescent shapes. So if we jump along here, there is a crescent shape here. I wonder what the feeling is. Nothing to remark on that at all, even though it's got the horns. Or crescent even. I mean, that has a crescent shape, but nothing to remark on that. Let's just have a wee look. That's also a crescent. Nothing to remark though. Nothing to remark. Damn, my inner perception sucks. Just picking up objects and going, wow, I don't feel anything about this. So bearing in mind, that's not the shape we're after. Wait, hold on, there's more shapes. That's elements. Fuck me, okay. Seasons, weather, Wicca, Horned God, Rebirth, Witch's Sign. No, okay. Must be a quick way to get. No, maybe not. Oh. Okay. Selenic and Noctic are the two, right? Associated with both of them, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to the moon or night. Doesn't say exactly. I'm not sure whether to base it off the tree, which would mean that thing on the right is a moon heart. There's a feeling such as love or joy. I imagine I would feel something if, like, my heart feels lighter with that one. Owls are associated. Overcome with warm, loving emotion, has the crescent. There you are, you little bastard. It's gotta be that. I don't see what else it can be. We're gonna go for it. Fuck yeah. So, I like that it gives you the breakdown of the clues that could have done it. The owl is associated with the night, is a carved totem, bears a concealed crescent shape, and it also imparts a feeling of joy. Excellent. These eerie creations are worn by priests of Holgar in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection, Wolfsong's truth to seek his judgment, path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. Yeah? I'm hoping we get access to the world map soon. I believe there's a thing we need to do. A friend of mine, or former friend I should say, has been stealing jewellery from me. 3 necklaces have gone missing over the past few weeks, including one that was a gift from my late grandmother. Do you have a suitable pendant I could leave lying out for her to find that will teach her a lesson and make sure it never happens again? So we're either doing a binding seed or a Zaya. There are no wrong answers, but the decision will no doubt affect the events in motion outside the shop. So, looking at what the two do, the binding seed is a form of punishment that amplifies feelings of guilt and shame. These items are made of 2 distinct materials representing Mentic and Wixic, the mind and the body. Winding path, the mind is described as spiral, encompassing the body, the seed. I get the feeling that's that circle. And there is also the Zaya. Worn about the neck to place them closer to the heart, these innocent looking items instill a sense of fear and paranoia. They can be difficult to remove. Zayas are made of any single material except wood or clay. They typically have no symbol or other writings upon their surface. And... aha, there is. Ah! There we go. Undermere. Sorted. Okay, so we know that we need to go to the boatyard, so we're going to do that. The yard has seen better days. A mess of broken and rotten timber covers most of the outdoor space that isn't taken up by upturned boats, slowly being claimed by the weeds. In the middle of all this, a man looks up from repairing a small rowing boat. "You must be from strange Antiquities," he says with a smile. He takes me into the dilapidated office where 2 metal buckets collect drips of brown water and a thin window pane rattles with every footstep. He pulls a sheaf of brown papers out of his desk drawer and places them gently in my hands. So that gives me the sleep vessel. 6 points of a sleep vessel are said to represent the 6 Thomic disciplines: Selenic, Dradic, Noctic, Diurnic, Wixic and Mentic. They help people to stay awake beyond any natural limits by storing their fatigue. Over time and repeated use, they become more and more difficult to handle, as though the undreamed nightmares within are beginning to seep out. Great! Love that for us. And we found an item. Awesome. So we'll pop that in here. We'll also go and explore again. Also, I suppose there might be a good idea for mods to do like a poll or something like that. Are we wanting to give people the... like, are we wanting to inflict paranoia and fear? Or are we wanting to inflict guilt? That was the 2 options, right? I think the binding seed was guilt and something. This is fear and paranoia. And binding seed is guilt and shame. So, what would you prefer to inflict on someone? We'll do a vote and you can decide. In the meantime, I am going to go. An escaped prisoner ran northwest. He hid in the first building he came to. So, bearing in mind that 10 was the old jail, and if I remember correctly, this is the house that we're going to go to. This is all demo stuff, so don't feel like I'm racing through here because I'm just so skilled. The dilapidated warehouse is dark and imposing, and the struggling flame of my lantern does little to pierce its depths. I slowly search through its contents with a sense of despair, wondering if I'm even in the right place at all, when suddenly and unexpectedly I uncover something of value. More relieved than elated, I take the trinket back to the shop for further study and a warm drink. Imagine going and looking for an object and you have like the most cursed black claw holding a bloodied rock. It's like, yeah, I just found this. It was a fun day out. It is kind of funky that does a thing. Okay, so binding seed. Did we manage to do the poll, or was there a conflict? It might be a conflict because of the pinned post or whatever. Right, what else? Discover some paper. There was other stuff hidden in this drawer, other trinkets, which we'll definitely need to grab. And then there's other stuff. Oh, we've got a piece of letter here. On thermic fields. All thermic objects produce a field of sorts. Although invisible to the naked eye, they can be observed by placing an object over a thermic lens. A diurnal field pattern. These fields are not fully understood despite attempts to study them over the years. Okay. We also have a magnifying glass. And we can use shift to bring that up. That's pretty funky. We like it. Hopefully we get to use that at some point for like looking at the map. That would be cool. We also have that. Or that. We don't quite know where that goes. Reminder, I've stored a couple of items in the cellar of the wine merchant next door. Maybe we might as well go and check out the wine merchant next door. So where is Strange Antiquities on the map? 29, which we're here. I'm guessing next door. The proprietor, a Mrs. Cranmore, begrudgingly grants me access to the cellar when I explain that I'm from Strange Antiquities next door. Yes, well, take the lot of them out of here, would you? Can't say no to Eli after all he's done for me, but I don't like the thought of these unnaturals in my cellar. Oh, fuck. Okay, there's quite a lot of stuff. Votes unanimous. I had to hide. That's cool. Votes. Okay, so guilt. Okay, guilt and shame rather than feeding paranoia. We're being relatively nice, I see. Okay, we've got potions and baubles and all sorts. So I'm going to just tuck these away here. We're going to go with Binding Seed. Binding Seed, I think, has us representing Mentic and Wixic, the mind and body. The winding path, the mind, is described by a spiral encompassing the body, the seed. So looking at, and I just want to confirm this, our Mentic and Wixic, which I think there is materials, planetary materials. Maybe, hold on. So if we go elements, materials, urine. Urine is one. Fantastic. Absolutely coated in piss. So, I've got an idea for what it is. Bearing in mind the winding path, the mind is a spiral encompassing the body, the seed. I think it could be this. I think this could be our binding seed here. Nothing to remark. Cool and smooth, rough and gnarled. There's stone and then there's a dark wood, so that's our kind of two materials. Two distinct materials, so I would say those are two distinct. We're swimming in urine. What I suppose I'm curious about is, so Mentic and Wixic there, those have the two symbols. Do we see, like, for example, stone, oil, soap, tallow, urine, wax, all of that, tin, lead, quicksilver, silver, iron, gold, nope, nope, blessings, horned gods, frost, heat, ice. I think it's this, but I don't have the verification. I don't know if there's anything I can do with this. Let's pop that back in there. I think it is the spirally thing. I'm wondering what the other stuff is. But we'll give it a go. We'll use the item. Okay, so there was no other clue from the actual book that we could have used there. It's just made from two distinct materials, and we're surrounding a seed. Shield charm. Generic charms of protection have little to offer the skilled thaumaturge, but can have some small effect, and a Shadic spirit or a wounding shroud will not abide them, for example. Such charms make use of the art of symbology, an ancient and some would say primitive component of thaumaturgy. They can be made from a variety of materials, though rarely precious metals. Okay. Next up, who we got? This guy. Emmett Burrows. They found a man just now in that house where all them ravens were. I wish I hadn't seen, but I did. He was sheet white, but it was his eyes that are going to give me nightmares. All black they were. It was like he weren't there anymore. I don't need to wait around for another sign. I'm taking my family to Sedborough, and I'll be taking a libula to see us safely through. A libula. What is a libula? Libulae are purported to offer reassurance in times of upheaval and change. They are not held in high regard by most scholars of the occult. That being said, an imbuement of wisdom shows that a libula is not merely decorative, there is power in symbology, as the old thaumaturges knew well. So first off, we're going to dig out this Hermetic Symbology book, and we're going to find out what wisdom is. None of that. Wisdom, nope. Wisdom, also nope. Wisdom, wisdom. So we've got a little, basically an upside down flag. So we need to find one of those. Okay. Unless there's more to this. Because nothing's jumping out at me having that symbol. You could say this, potentially. You know, nothing to remark there, nothing to remark. It's warm, it's cool, it's warm, it's raised detailing, it's cool, it's cool. It's stone, it's gold, it's gemstony. An imbuement of wisdom shows that libula is not merely decorative. A two-pronged party hat. Yeah, that's the other option. Yeah. I want into that cage. Okay, is there anything... There we go. Nothing to remark about that, though. Raised detailing, it's bronze, and the way it's talked about in that book, offer reassurance in times of upheaval and change. So hold on, change is underlined there. Is change one? I wouldn't have thought so. Not really. I wonder, is change in the index under something? Not really. No, horn, shackle, and okay, that's just the... yeah, that's just the connection there. Wisdom is also the libula. So I'm wondering, change there, they are reversed. Like, you know, scissoring. Like, they are changed. The only thing is that there's not anything to remark on the inner perception. There's nothing to smell. Cool, cool, warm, cool, cool. And there's something about the book being more on the decorative side. That, like, it says... oh, fucking hell, let me open the book, please. Thank you. Libula. It's not merely decorative. Would you describe something as decorative on a person? I suppose you could. I just don't think that's as decorative as the other one is. I kind of want to give it a go. What do we think? Nah, it's not that. Not that either. Nope. And bronze. A darkness to it. God, I better check those symbols, just in case. I don't think that's actually anything. Oh, that one's heat and the other one is cold. But I don't think it really talks about temperature. Right. Is that shape formed by the Goblins raised detailing in the book anywhere? I suppose we can probably cross-reference it with all the other ones, so yeah, I might as well check. Oh, we're not doing that. Colours and tones, light and shadow can be felt through touch. Gemstones in an Aries remnant, arranged in the shape of the constellation. So that's not an Aries remnant. Ethereal ray, revealed by its gemstone of light. Gemstones of the night power the concealment charm. It could be that. Eyes of the forest. Nope. Heart of hearing. Heart chamber. Nope. Okay, I've managed to like undo the progress that I considered. The book with the symbols for what? What are we thinking? Again, the libuli. I mean, that's, yeah, triangle in a circle. Is that anywhere? I don't know if it is. Doesn't really feel like it is. For some reason, I don't think it's that. Has an yeah, it definitely has an energy about it. Raised detailing, it's bronze. Yeah, the more I look at this, the more elaborate it seems, and I feel like the book would mention the gemstones. It's also not this skull. Black gemstone and iron. That's kind of nice. Okay, we're gonna go on this. Nah, no mistakes, no nothing. The item bears a symbol of wisdom. That was the only clue. I feel like me interpreting the double crown over here. The witch's finger. Witch's fingers are said to be the severed digits of the Witch of Undermere. They're capable of inflicting intense pain. The goal is supposedly purification of the body. A most unpleasant experience, but a last resort that's cured some and finished off others. Well, enjoy your libula. Oh, day closed. A deep pain radiated down the side of the rider's head where he had sliced himself with the diverging hook, and his thoughts were scattered and torn. He could not see out of his left eye. Oh, we get another wee join the dots. Oh, what's this, a key? A schematic? Oh, okay. Well, now I need to look at my map and find... Ah, okay. Hang on a minute. Hang on a little fucking minute. Right. So we're looking for... that. Somewhere. And some of you will have caught it almost immediately. I am not quite there yet, so I'll just do them bit by bit. But we need basically a thick bit. We've got a bit that kind of cuts in on itself. 2 blocks at either end. Nope. Nope. And then I suppose I'm thinking of the scale here, but I imagine it's slightly different. That looks like it could be it, but it isn't. Sitting on hand so you don't blurt it. I know, I'm gonna spend forever doing this. I'll get there eventually. Or not. We're... This is so hard to do, well, it's like performance anxiety. I'm trying to find that little hook bit, and I can't. Because I'm guessing all of these are buildings. I cannot see the fucking... Okay, hold on, maybe we're down here. So, yeah, there, then we've got that fat bit, then we've got the hook bit, then we've got... It's weird that that's not separate, but I think we're there. I think we're there. Nice. There is a narrow gap between the two houses, and I spy a small wooden chest wedged firmly inside. Slowly I manage to work it loose, and when it finally comes free, it shoots out into the open ground, or the hard ground, snaps open, revealing its long hidden treasures. Nice! We've got a lava lamp. And we've got a clockwork heart. That's what I'm going to call that. Next up, Francesca Robertson. What's she after? Good after... No, morning. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. That's one cool scar. I assume you heard about Mr. Hungerford. It seems to be the talk of the town already. I'm used to dealing with maladies of an occult nature, but black eyes are certainly unusual. I've heard of something like this before. Don't see how it could be the same thing. Either way, I'm hoping an evocant will have some effect. Well, let's see about getting you one of those. These stone items weigh the same as a man's heart. They have to be precisely £1. They're placed on the chest of those in a coma to draw them out. The truth is a little... So there's stone and there is something to do with truth. So let's find out what the deal is with truth. So they've got that kind of runic symbol on it. Which... Stone... So that is stone, but that's not the right symbol. That's not got the right symbol either. The white space there could maybe have it, but I'm not completely sure. Nothing to remark about the smell. It's rough and pitted. It is stone. I mean... Yeah, that's a good point. I do need the scales anyway. And £1. Okay, so that's not right. To be honest, you could probably brute force this with just like, let's weigh all the stone stuff. That's not it either. This stone item. I feel like that's not it, but... Nope. And that's... I mean, that is it, but that doesn't have the symbol. Hard and cold, nothing to the mark, nothing to the mark. Doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel like it should be that. The stone and gold thing, this. Nah, too light. so... Hold on, we've got the swirly, and then we've got that bit with the circle. Rebirth. Okay, so we've got rebirth, and then we've got... Yeah, the kind of cross with the circle and the dot. That's summer, the circle and the dot. Antimony? I'm not particularly convinced by that, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Stone items weigh the same as a man's heart. The truth's a little bit less dramatic. It's important, should not stray more than a hair from precisely 1 pound, and they're placed on the chest. I believe we have found all the items from the map. I don't think there is anything else to be... Like, there's not been any notes or anything. Like, if I open... I think if I open the map, it pops out. No, it does not. These are the things that I've archived because we've done them. What about this? Ah, wait, come to the farm and it's yours. Ah, we didn't go to the farm. Donde está the farm? I'm guessing Greywick Farm. Is there any other farm? That's number 1. Number 1. Greywick Farm. The scent of damp hay lingers in the air as crows pick at the muddy ground between weathered stone barns. The farmer lifts his gaze briefly, offering little more than a nod before turning back to his work. I don't think I'll find any useful... Ah, okay, shit. Wrong farm. Other farm. Probably the Royston farm, if there's one kicking around. Royston Farms, 30. Right, there we go. John grins as I struggle to hide my obvious interest in the item. He shows me any hope that he might not be fully aware of its value quickly evaporates, and after a lengthy negotiation I reluctantly hand over the amount he originally asked for. Maybe. Is that stone though? That's the real fucking question. It is tarnished silver. Fuck. Was that the symbol for truth? It kind of almost was. Alas. It's gotta be, I think, to be a stone item. Surely it's not this fucking thing. I can't see how it could be. Is this stone? No, it's clay. It does feel like I'm missing something, right? I mean, that's stone. But that weighs... Right, so hang on a minute. That technically has the lines for it. It's not worded that way. Yeah, fair. So it's just in that case, it's purely a stone item. Is that, like... Okay, you place that down on someone's chest and there's the rebirth swirl. Nah, it's too heavy. Okay, someone is in a coma, right? And they're fucked. And you place this on their chest to draw them out. And there's rebirth involved, and there's Something else. There's not Quicksilver, there's not... It's weird, I'm not sure how many of the symbols, like, cross over. Actually, that's spirituality, that's not rebirth, it's swirling the wrong way. Stone and gold thing in the bottom left corner. That just says it's gold, it doesn't say it's stone. You talking about this thing, or are you talking about this thing? The one with the gems? I think that's too heavy. It says it has to be with £1. Should not stray more than a hair from precisely £1. I think it's got to be this. And that's just withered. That's not stone, that's withered flesh. Right, we're going to go with this. Come what may. Everyone, fingers crossed. Fuck yeah. Items made of stone, and the scales did its thing. We probably read a bit too much into the symbolism of that, but... A Daedalus link is a powerful object capable of producing a levitation field. The field is extremely fragile, however, so it would be prudent not to take risks. These items are surprisingly light in weight, their designs vary, but they might point to some facet of flight, a feather, or the wings of a bird or insect, for example. Nice. Next up, let's fucking go. I had a quiet chat with Edmund Bishop in the Guilty Ram last night. He's always got an interesting story to tell, but last night he was different. I can tell he's worried, which has got me worried too. I know it's not much, I'd like a shield charm all the same. One shield charm? Coming right up. Generic charms of protection have little to offer the skilled thaumaturge, but can have some small effect, and a Shaddock spirit or a wandering shroud will not abide them, for example. Such charms make use of the art of symbology, an ancient and some would say primitive component of thaumaturgy. They can be made from a variety of materials, though rarely precious metals. Generic charms of protection. Fantastic. Wandering shroud. Okay, so that just links us there. A Shaddock spirit. Shield charm. Protection. Okay, there might be something about protection in here. Protection. There we fucking go. There we fucking go. Where are you? There you are, you little bastard. That looks like a shield charm. Inner perception? Nothing to remark. Fuck. Engraved detail in rough fabric. I think that's a shield charm. The only other one, it says rarely special materials, so it won't be the silver. I think it'll be this. Unless that's the easy fake out, but I don't see anything else with the same symbols. So, we're gonna do it. Fuck yeah. We are a good fucking thaumaturge. Thaumaturge Apprentice, more like Thaumaturge Master. St. John's Anvil. These items have much in common with the St. John's poppy plant of the same name, a fact that is reflected in their designs. They have quite different uses, however. Whereas the plant helps to overcome deafness, an anvil will dampen sound. They can even be tuned to filter out certain noises, but allow others to be heard still. Ring ring. Hugh Langston. There's something I wanted to show you. I didn't like the look of it, so I left it where I found it. What if it's cursed? It was hanging behind an old shed, all overgrown with ivy. Let me draw a quick map for you. There. Gee, thanks. To the map! But first we're dragging this with us. Okay, so we're looking for a little baby lake. And we're looking for a little baby lake and some trees. Baby lake, where are we at? That's trees. What's 20? 20 is the... 20 is just called the pit. Yeah, there's a church as well. So yeah, we should probably find... The Undermere Church is 28. which is there. It doesn't look quite right though, does it? Unless, no, we could probably go there. I'm just thinking, is there any other church? There is the High Green Church, which is there, but there's that long one. I don't see... In relation to the church, maybe, but there's no trees. So is there any other church on this? No, there is the Undermere Church and there is that one. His map could be wrong, you're quite right. And to be honest, we're actually assuming that's a lake. Like, that could be anything. I had it the first time we're going there. Yeah, because that's the road and then the split, so yeah. The shed is actually a wooden summer house that looks out over the pond, but it's clear that it hasn't been used in some time. Thick brambles claw their way up and over one side of the structure, and ivy covers the rest in a mottled green cloak. I find what I'm looking for to the rear. Parts of the ivy have been torn away recently, revealing an amulet hanging from a rusted nail. Something else catches my eyes. I reach for it, notice that there's another pendant hanging next to it, almost completely hidden away by the ivy. Tell you what, it must be amazing walking about the town of Undermere and just finding like really cool trinkets and baubles. That's what we want. Eli's picked a bad time to leave Undermere. I've come from the Hungerford house where I've been helping Dr. Robertson and looking for any clues about what happened there. There wasn't much to go on. I did find a shattered Oshadic vessel, but whoever did this was no creeping dark. There was a strange black stain on the flagstone floor that I didn't like the look of, and the ravens, very unusual, but at least they seem to have dispersed. I don't know what to make of it. I'm going to take a trip to Gleaston Castle to see if Edmund Bishop can shed any light on their behaviour, but first I would like a Vesiger. Whatever this is, we don't want it spreading. Okay, Vesiger it is. What do we got? Go here, and Vesiger. A Vesiger can be used to prevent the spread of disease and pestilence. Among other oddities, flames burn pale blue in their presence. Okay, so we've got candles. So we'll just pop a candle here. And we will just scan this, I guess. I mean, we can literally do that for everything, I suppose, but... Oh. Oh. Oh, we can just pop stuff on the table, that's fun. There must be an actual... Spread of disease and pestilence. Okay. It doesn't say anything else on that, so... Wouldn't moving the candle about be easier? God, yeah, I suppose. You're so clever. Does that count as blue? Is that blue? I guess. I mean, nothing else seems to be turning. Okay, I mean... That to me is not... I don't know, there's something about that that's like... Now check the skull, yeah, the skull's just whatever. Oh. Okay. I wouldn't say that's a blue flame. But maybe it is. It's... Yeah, it's definitely... It reacts, I suppose, that's the kind of key thing, right? And we've got nothing else to go off of, so it must be this... Which just seems a bit odd to me, actually. And again, it is that one. Yeah, I guess so. I would totally expect that to be more like commenting on the gemstones and stuff. Ah, the Moonstone Guardian. For the banishment of Hobbs, fear and Noctic sight. These tend to take the form of a comforting guardian. Alright. Closed. End of day. Fucking killing it. We're absolutely smashing this. 2 days earlier, the rider and his fellow adventurer were deep underground, exploring the tunnels below the Kirkhead Tower, when they made a discovery. Their elation at their find would soon turn to horror. Right, what are we drawing this time? It's the Among Us character. No, it's not. It's a key. It's definitely a key. Oh, there we go. It's a very elaborate key. What a fancy key that is. After a disagreement between two houses, I was buried behind lock and key. Okay, well, we're gonna have to look at the map, right? Right. Disagreement between two houses, buried behind lock and key. Let's find the references. Lock house is 7. So 7 is here. Is Keystone Manor 13? I was buried behind lock and key? I mean, so if you're from the road, lock and key would be here, right? A large flat slab of granite marks the otherwise empty field and bears an inscription. On this spot in the year 1813, Arthur Key did shoot and kill the beloved horse of Wellington Lock. Buried at the foot of the slab, I find an unlocked chest containing a handful of legal documents, as well as a pistol and another item that catches my attention. Great, we've got a gun now. And a purple stone. A purpley black stone. Nice. Okay, order up. Eli White. Well, the shop is still standing. That's something. You know what? You're an arsehole. I've done a fucking excellent job. Say what you will about Undermere, but this town is never quiet for long. I leave for a few days and suddenly everyone's talking about ravens and curses. I'm going to need to find Verona to get up to speed on what's going on. At least I didn't come away from Ravenglass empty-handed. I can always rely on Quiet Susan to unearth an interesting trinket or two. Oh, nice. A jar of piss. Wonderful. Next up, Edith Moore. Oh, she's wearing her thing. I am... Oh, no, this is the person who stole. I'm pushing away the only people I care about. Help me do better. I have to change. I don't know how. What do you have that can help me banish my inner demons and make the changes stick this time? Okay. First of all, let me pull out my book of fun. Okay, Memento Mori acts as an aid to recollection. Don't think it's that. Induce a form of synesthesia. Colours and tones, light and shadow can be felt through touch. Probably not that. Yeah, there's maybe an index time. I don't know, maybe change. Horned shackle. No. Libula. Nope, not that either. Transformation? I feel like there's not tons to actually go off here. I think it'll require a wee bit more like digging into what's going on. No reason it couldn't be the Horned Shackle again. We'll find out. So Binding Seed is what she's currently wearing. That's what we gave her. Daedalus Link, powerful. Levitation Field. Nope, we don't need that. Etherreal Key, hidden from prying eyes. Nope, not that. I wouldn't see that either. Enter the minds of lesser creatures. I wouldn't say that. Allow the bather to pass unrecognised. I know, I'm just wanting to get attuned to the rest of them. Amplifies sounds, don't need that. When you slowly trapped its soul. Nope, don't need that. Rituals. Protection, nope. Bring about change, bestowing the ability to overcome personal demons. Yeah, it's probably that. Just gonna check the rest. Hunter's Boon, nope. Used to effect if it's a Black Heart Curse. Nope, not that. Libuli, nope. Orford Spire, Goat's Blood, Impart Vitality, no. Ossic Ring, nope. Hot Tea, Meditative State, Beyond the Clutter of Consciousness, nope. Nope. Oh, a Sextrum. Protects against insanity, nice. Need one of those. Shield Charm, Shimmer, nope. And nope. Silent Breath, no. Okay, I think we're gonna go with the other thing that we had, not the Shield Charm. Where was the Hunter's? No, it wasn't the Hunter's Boon. What the fuck was it again? Horn Shackle, that was it, yeah. Which was that. Yeah, let's give it a go. Nice. Good luck! Francesca Robertson. The Evokin didn't snap Mr. Hungerford out of it, unfortunately. It's strange. At times he appears almost awake. He's deep in some kind of trance and I can't get anything out of him. He seems to be searching for something. I'm beginning to suspect this is beyond my skill set, but I'm not willing to give up so easily. I know it's a bad idea. I'm going to need a sleep vessel to get me through this week. Sleep vessel. Let's go. The 6 points of a sleep vessel are said to represent the 6 Thaumic disciplines. They help people to stay awake beyond any natural limits by storing their fatigue. Over time, it's more difficult to handle, as though undreamed nightmares are beginning to seep out. So 6 points. I mean, that's 6. Untold fears? Somewhat painful? Bronze. Sense of crackling energy flickers in the depths of my mind. The 6 points. There's quite a lot with 6 points, isn't there? Gold. I'm leaning towards it potentially being that one, but because there's not many more with 6 points on it. The 6 points of a sleep vessel represent the 6 Thaumic disciplines. Bearing in mind the Thaumic disciplines are just these. I don't think these are necessarily going to be on like all of them. So we've got 6, 6 and 6. Yeah, that's the one for protection, I'm pretty sure, like all the way around it. Yeah. So there's all the way around it and then there's the other one. Insanity. That'll be the protection from insanity one. Bloody Crown also has 6 points, you're quite right. It does have an energy about it. Substance flakes off and leaves a mark on my fingertips. I don't think it's that. It's not rust, it's blood. No. Okay, that's my front runner, I think. That one there. I don't see if it's anything else. I don't see any other 6 point ones. And I think this is too elaborate to be it. Does that look like a sleep vessel though? If you were to describe a vessel to someone, would it be that? I'm gonna pop my candle back. Did we go for it? Pet the cat. Pet the cat for good luck. Let's do it. Perfect. Resonance compass. A resonance compass will point towards nearby resonant objects, the only objects that can be detected in this way. Resonant objects are highly prized both by thaumaturges and those who collect occult curiosities. Nice. We are fucking smashing this, actually. Althea O'Shea. Many years ago I owned a silent breath, but it was already old when I inherited it and its power died soon after. It's about time I replaced it. Alright, silent breath. There are those that consider the white heart a prize to be claimed, but there is no glory to be had from killing such a noble guardian of the forest. A silent breath contains a small token taken from a living white stag. While the stag lives, the item will retain its power, allowing the bearer to sense danger before it arrives. A silent breath contains a small token from a living white stag. Whew, okay. I mean, that's feathers, that's not it. Is there anything inside this? No. Bottle with something inside? Quite possibly, yeah. Depends what's in it. Pearlescent blue glass. Inner perception, nothing to remark. Doesn't smell like anything. Nothing to remark. Seems to make the hairs stand up on the back of my neck, so that's about sensing the danger. And it's white. Yeah, that's it. It's gotta be. Boom. Nice. Elva Stone. Elva Stones can be used to relieve the discomfort caused by otherwise incurable ailments such as Braxis or burning blood. The planetary metal used in these items is associated with the Selenic discipline, a connection that is also reflected in their design. Marvellous. Rufus Shelley. I've always wanted to try a Daedalus link. I have a personal interest in the Celestial branch, so I'm not completely new to such things, nor am I ignorant of the risks. And now I have a good reason for it. I need to take care of some roof repairs, and this would seem the safest way to approach it. I like how all these people are like, yeah, I've got this horrible spirit in my house and I'm really worried about it, so I'm gonna kind of get like the charm of protection. And this guy's kink is just, hey, I want to fucking, it's about time I tried the Daedalus link. Powerful object capable of producing a levitation field. The field is extremely fragile, however, so it would be prudent not to take risks. These items are surprisingly light in weight. Their designs vary, but they may point to some faucet of flight, feather, wings of a bird. So we do have something that is floating. And it is supposed to be light as a feather, so I kind of want to go, if it's heavier than the half-pound one. Oh wait, hold on. Am I doing that right? It needs to be light as a feather. So if it's... yeah, even if the half one, if it's like... if the half one's so much heavier than it, yeah. Took me a while to work that out in my head there. Okay, so it can produce that. Feather, wings of a bird, or insect. Nope, not that. Not that. The raven there, it was light, but I would expect... I don't know, I suppose I would expect it if it was light as a feather. It doesn't weigh anything, but I was expecting compared to the half. I mean, I suppose the half isn't actually shifting all that much. So yeah, it is potentially up there. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can check if it's fragile actually. Raised detailing. Tarnished silver, doesn't smell of anything, nothing to remark. It's a shame it doesn't mention that it's fragile. The bat was too heavy. I mean, just to... Yeah. Okay, I think we give this a pop. Either that or we're sending this guy to his death. Nah, that's too heavy, I think. It's related to a bird or insect. It's not the floaty thing. Let's give this a go. Nice. Bird's motif is connection to flight, and using the weighing scales confirm it is very lightweight. Nice. A Cusick Purifier. A small topaz gemstone known as the Eye is placed in a strong smelling liquid, usually some potent barley spirit or vinegar. Small tokens such as rings and amulets perhaps submerged in the liquid and left for a full cycle of the moon are cleansed of simple imbued curses or hexes. Of course there's a limit to the effectiveness of this process. Alright, order up. Edmund Bishop. The Ravens are back, I see. Looks like it's going to be worse this time. After speaking to Verona, come to extend an open invitation to visit Gleeston Castle. Families lived there for generations and know there are artefacts that would be of use to you gathering dust in the corners. All I ask is you stay out the south tower and the master bedroom. And run anything you find by me, of course. Interesting. Oh! Use buttons on the left to change the okay. Walk past the main staircase and turn left. Follow that corridor down to the end, go through the door on the left. There's a small plinth in the corner of that room with an item you're welcome to. So bearing in mind that we have the main staircase, which is, I'm guessing, here. We're going there, we're turning left, follow the corridor down to the end, and go through the door on the left. The plinth is not hard to spot in the corner of the room next to a small writing desk. A glass jar houses the object mentioned in Edmund's note. As I gather the item and turn to leave, my eye is drawn to a green book on the desk. The author's name is of particular interest. I pick it up and find Edmund on my way out, who encourages me to take it with me. Try to insist on paying for it at least, but he won't entertain the idea. Gemstones and their thaumic properties. Nice. We're definitely going to get absolutely loaded with books and all sorts. This is great. Honestly, banger. Only end of day 4. At the end of a long passageway, after days spent clearing away dangerous rockfalls, the duo came upon a chamber. In it they found a small stone tomb, too small to contain human remains. Okay. Ah, fuck! No! Okay, so we need to find that. Great. I mean, I'm guessing... What if, right? Is there a room in the house that looks like that? Come on, that's a little bit impressive. A portrait of some dead lord eyes me suspiciously as I enter the room and start absent-mindedly opening drawers. The room is cold and austere, and I'm about to leave when I spot a crate under the chest of drawers. This could be something. Holy shit! Yeah, that could be something. Right, order up. We have the post-day, David. Not sure about this fog today. It's an eerie atmosphere out there, especially with those damn ravens back again. It's usually fierce black dogs I have to worry about, not big black birds. Better off inside, I reckon. Cool. Alright, what have we got? The triangle has intrigued me ever since I first heard about it as a young boy. What caused the pine trees to grow like that? Did someone plant them? I know you'll at least have heard of it, but did you know this? I calculated the exact centre point and there's a small clearing there. It can't be a coincidence. What's more, there's a certain energy about it, not entirely welcoming either. I wonder if you might take a look yourself. Thomas Pope and Hamish. Okay, so that's another one for the explorer. So there is a clearing somewhere and he refers to it as the triangle. Triangle has intrigued me. What caused the pine trees to grow like that? Did someone plant them? I mean, I imagine so. The exact centre point, and there's a small clearing. What's more... Oh, the triangle. That'll be the triangle. Sure enough, as I approach the centre of the curious triangular copse at the heart of Heathwood, come across a clearing. A tree that has been split in two stands in the centre. Sunlight breaks through and I take a deep breath of cleansing pine and earth. Almost immediately I am struck by a sense of ominous power, and my intuition tells me there is something unusual here at the heart of the wood. I examine the broken tree and note some strange markings carved into the trunk. Heart beating faster, I spot something else embedded in the wood. 3 pendants arranged in a triangle shape. Oh boy, more pendants. Fuck. We are running out of room. Although I do like that there's just so many pendants to be found in this in this town. It has been many years since I've performed the rite of the red knives, but I can still remember every step. I'd do it one more time before I die, if I could only get my hands on an Orford spire. I tried that place in Arnside and they sent me here. An Orford spire. During the rite of the red knives, an Orford spire is fully submerged in goat's blood for 9 days and 9 nights. When performed correctly, the rite is said to impart vitality and clarity of thought, although perhaps not for the goat. So there is 2 horns poking out there. Now, they might be the 2 tallest ones here. That would perhaps make sense that the blood, because it is blood. I don't know what else would make the prongs come up. What do we think? It definitely makes sense from like a blood perspective, right? And vitality is, I mean, I don't know about gemstones. Oh no, we don't know that. We don't need gemstone stuff yet. Nothing really here, is there? Orford spire. I mean, let's give it a fucking pop. It sounds like something that should be. Yeah. 2 of the points of the item are visible in the sketch. Boom. Closer inspection reveals dried blood. Nice. Shouldn't doubt myself. Amphesian Talon. The League of the Amphesian Heart uses these items as part of its grim initiation rite. They guard their secrets closely. It's said that they worship the ancient nameless gods, communing with them via the broken path. Acolytes must press the tip of a talon hard against their cheekbone to the point of drawing blood. They perform this act nightly for 49 days, 7 sevens, after which the scar will forever mark them. I need to go away again for a few days. You've done nothing. You've been no help. The Order of the Black Veil will have the information I'm looking for. They seek to understand the world beyond death, drinking an elixir that sinks them into a deep trance. If I'm right, they may be able to shed some light on these events. The only problem is, I burned that bridge long ago. Could you hand me that Guise of Lillian? It won't be the first time I've used one to get around their hatred of me. Okay, Guise of Lillian. These items can allow the bearer to pass unrecognised. If used for any length of time, the wielder can begin to lose their sense of self. The remains of bygone creatures have been used in thaumaturgy for centuries, from petrified teeth, bones to trilobites, ammonites, and devil's toenails. A Guise of Lillian is one such item that makes use of this ancient source of power. Okay. So we've got, yeah, shells, ammonites, trilobites, fossil, yeah, basically. Nothing's jumping out at me. We've got... yeah. Am I going insane? Ah, you little fuck. There we go. Fossilized creature. Boom. Boom. Could only have been that one. Ammonite fossil embedded in it. Close inspection reveals it producing an out-of-body feeling. Upon activation, a Tenebrin cloak can create a sphere of enshrouding darkness that will cloak all within its reach. Single stone set in bronze gives power to these totems. Right. Beat it. This is my fucking strange antiquities store now. Rebecca Rose. Hello. Oh, is that a cat? It is. My eyes may have completely gone now, but it's good to know I still have my cat senses. I do hope I'm in the right place. My daughter told me about a shop that specialises in unusual items. My life's joy has always been painting. Without that in my life, I'm afraid I'm at a bit of a loss. I know that I will never see again. Is there anything in your collection that might help me paint again? I felt a little foolish for asking. It seems such a small thing, but to me it means everything. That is gonna be the... ah, fuck, it's early on. It's not the memory one. It's not that. I think it's this. So we need to find an Ares remnant, the gemstones of which are arranged in a form of a goat. Which could be this, actually. Just looking at the gemstones there. I'm going to just quickly check. I don't think there's any other thing with gemstones in the pattern. I'm going to go with my gut. Oh wait, hold on. There's also the option of a spirit eye. Hold on. I just want to check. There are some who stay away from spirit eyes, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fear is nothing more than superstition. It's not clear exactly what they do show. Another layer beneath the visible world, perhaps a layer that requires something more than traditional senses. They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed on them. Yeah, I've just realised that I had the option there, and I think I would probably go for the first one. I think the first one makes more sense. I think the first one is nicer. And the spirit eye is not going to, like, open up a portal to hell for her. I think she deserves the Ares remnant. We're going to go with this. Hopefully it works. Hey, there we go. A Scythian charm. Older Scythian charms are carved out of wood, but the more powerful designs make use of the planetary metals. No two are identical. Used by horticulturists to encourage stubborn plants to thrive. They change with the weather, usually quite cold, but warm and tingly to the touch while it's raining. That'd be kind of cool as a plant. We should probably identify the spirit eye, you're quite right. Opposing symbols inscribed on them. There was one that had hot and cold somewhere. Unless all of these are opposing symbols. Quite possibly. And it would make sense that that's a spirit eye. I think that's a spirit eye. I'm just going to jot that down. My gut says it. And oh, fuck. Okay, no, we're not doing that. Pick two symbols to check. We will. So we've got kind of half-cut infinity symbol and an anchor. So let's have a wee look at that. So, okay, we've got thunder, and we've got something else. There was an easier pair, but one said, okay, we'll go again, fuck. Okay, so we have a fucking sniper reticle as well. Is that one? I didn't see that before. Okay, oil. I don't think these are opposites. Oil and storm? Oh no, is it fog? Fog and storm? No. Yeah, I suppose it could be. Yeah. Yeah, snowflake and that runic one that I don't know the name of. Hail and snow. Okay, so they're all weather elements. Okay. We'll find out later. Clanshocker, those ravens have done for 3 more poor buggers. 2 of them up at Calgarth and another fella a fisherman. People are getting a bit panicky around here. Nothing natural about folk turning up with eyes all black like that. Now this fog too. With the nights drawn in and me working late, I refused to walk down Holbrook Road without so much as a lantern. I had something nice and bright in mind. Have you tried a sunbond? A sunbond is small and lightweight, designed to be carried discreetly and made of non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth and light of the sun, a brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. An orange gemstone, it's bronze, nothing to remark about it. Polished, feels a little warmer. Doesn't look particularly bright though, does it? I do like that this just has a straight up fucking eye in the middle of it. They carry the warmth and light of the sun. You would think the warmth would be... Feels a little warmer than I would expect, yeah? That feels like a sun bond. Check the gemstone book, sure. Yellow or orange, sometimes can sunstone. Yeah, it's gotta be this. Non-precious metal, strangely warm, amber gemstone. Nice. The Cyrene Ward, made from basilisk scales, a material known to endure intense heat. These unusual objects can permit the bearer to withstand fire and flame and remain unharmed. They do not, however, offer protection against the deadly basilisk itself. Well, what's even the point? Oh, a new person. Audrey Bell. Bend your ear to the trees. Hold your palm out to the wind. The ravens can feel it. Can you? Something is stirring. I will need a Holgan Grim in these coming days. A Holgan Grim. These eerie creations are worn by priests of Holgar in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection, Wolfsong's truth to seek his judgment, path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. Okay. Eerie creations, priests of Holgar, which I'm guessing is some dude. Oh yeah, relating to death? Protection, truth and path of the warrior, yeah. Okay, so... Oh. Path of the warrior with like strength, protection. And again, we're going for eerie creations are worn by priests. So it's potentially the horn thing? Is it like a crown? Don't think we've got one. sorry, I'm checking that book again. So, eerie creations are worn by priests of Holgar, relating to death and the afterlife. There's definitely one for death. There's definitely one for death. Okay, it's like the Omega symbol. Am I going insane? What am I looking at here? Okay. I almost went into that, just to check. Yeah, so the priest's wearing a mask, but... do we have a mask? Am I just completely losing my mind here? We don't have a mask, do we? We don't have a mask anywhere. Fuck, we've got a mask! You idiot! I should have moved this up here. I was like, I'll just have a look at my book. No. Okay, the mask makes a lot more sense. Yeah. The mask is an eerie item, you're quite right. You can find a sketch of Holgar. Wait, hold on, using the index we can find a sketch of Holgar? Items depict the gods and who knows. Hold the fuck on. Wait 1 minute. Index, Holgar. Ah, okay. That makes more sense. Cool, so that's his face. Nice. End the day. Inside was the reason they had toiled so hard. A small black casket, a very valuable small black casket. They knew enough not to open it, but perhaps too little to fully understand the danger it posed. Okay, let's trace. This is a bell? A set of stairs, okay. Sure. Up the stairs, left and left again. Second on the right is where I spend each night. So, just quickly there. So... okay. Up the stairs, left and left again, second on the right. I'm guessing it's these stairs, not these stairs. So we're going up the stairs, left, then left again, and then second on the right. Ciao! The bedroom looks like it hasn't been used for some time. A thin layer of dust coats the furnishings and cobwebs decorate every corner. Pulling back the thin curtains lets some light in, but more importantly they reveal a macabre item that's been hiding on the windowsill all this time. Ho ho! Where have those fingers been? Let's see, Helena Appleton. I can never get any peace in my house. What? When am I to find time to do my writing? I've tried beeswax, but that makes my ears sore, and besides I can still hear the shouting and banging at all hours. Heard you might be able to help me. St. John's Anvil. Well, we can certainly try. So yeah, the items have much in common with the St. John's poppy plant. It's reflected in their designs. They have quite different uses. Anvil will dampen the sound. They can be tuned to filter out certain noises. Basically, they're AirPods. So these leaves, warm and vibrating with energy, nothing to remark. Okay, the leaves are a little bit of a standout. Pet the cat. They bear resemblance to the poppy. I will say those leaves do look pretty familiar. I don't really know what else it could be. There is, however, leaves here as well. So this is gold, nothing to remark on that. Sounds are muffled in its presence. Okay, that's pretty obvious. We'll take that one. Leaves in the design are similar to the leaves in the sketch. Yep, and close inspection reveals the muffled sounds. Grey's Grace, worn as a pendant to dispel melancholy, they share the design of a shadow catcher. Okay, next up. Barton Potter. You must be the thaumaturgy's apprentice. I bet he's a hard man to work under. He's helped me out more than once in the past though, and speaking of the past, my eye has been aching again lately. That can't be a good sign. I'd be willing to make a fair trade for an Elva stone if you have one. Okay, Elva stone time. Elva stones can be used to relieve the discomfort caused by otherwise incurable ailments such as Braxis or burning blood. The planetary metal used in these items is associated with the Selenic discipline. A connection that is also reflected in their design. So Braxis is an Elva stone, and burning blood is also blood. Not the Oxford Spire. There's the Amphibian Talon. Okay, that's nothing really relevant there. Okay, so Elva Stone. Planetary metal is associated with the Selenic discipline. So let's figure out what that is. Selenic is of the moon. And then from a metal perspective, it'll be silver. Okay, so we've got silver. And it's reflected in their design. So we're looking for Silver Moon. Says such cool and smooth. There's an ethereal quality to it. Okay. Doesn't smell of anything. Okay, so that's a high possibility. This is tin, so no, we're not after that. I feel like it's kind of got to be that. I don't see it being anything else. And it's a stone. It's the Elva stone, so yeah, we're gonna go with that. Boom, sorted. Oh, and he's given us a shiny item, which is kind of cool looking. Want one of those. Verona Green. I've been doing some reading. See what you make of this. Sure. Ambra. These items cause mental fog, a withering of intellect and thought. They are slow to work, requiring several hours to have any effect. Through prolonged use, they can cause the whites of the eyes to turn black and the subject to become deeply disorientated. They produce a noctic field. That fisherman they found yesterday had been up at Wyatt Beck, so I'm going to see if I can find anything out there. Here I go again, sticking my nose into trouble, because I don't seem to be able to listen to the part of me that says, go put on the kettle and let someone else deal with it for a change. It's bloody-minded arrogance to follow that thought up with, but there isn't anyone else. Here we are, and here I am. They do it all wrong anyway. Good point. Don't need an item to make mental fog. Exactly. That's just ADHD. I've been wearing a pendant that I found in the library, and it does something to me. It gives me an appetite for reading that I cannot control. Oh no. I was lost in the library for 3 days without eating or sleeping before I managed to take the pendant off and escape. It is rather pretty though. Someone told me I need a Cusick purifier, and this is the place to get one. I mean, you're basically getting rid of like a really good study tool. You just need someone to look after you and take off the necklace. Small topaz gemstone known as the Eye is placed in a strong smelling liquid, usually some potent barley spirit or vinegar. Small tokens such as rings or amulets perhaps submerged in the liquid, left for a full cycle, are cleansed. Cool, small topaz gemstones. We're just going to quickly check out the stuff there. And we are looking for topaz. Pale yellow. Alright. Shouldn't be too hard to find. That's not a gemstone, is it? It's not. That's crap. Topaz. We need yellow. Pet the cat. Sorry, topaz gemstone. There is a... Is that pale yellowy orange gemstone? That is one of them. It's known as the Eye. Black gemstone, a green gemstone. I feel like it's a little bit weird if that description only calls out one of the gemstones. But it's the only, I mean, that's got a, that's an orange gemstone. Sounds like a device or bowl. I don't think I've got one. Nothing in there. Hey, spider. Look at that little beastie. The jar looks like it has topaz. That's pink. Pinkish gemstone. That's a pinkish gemstone as well. I'm just gonna double check the... Yeah, it's yeah, definitely topaz. Of which this is the only topaz thing. Inner perception, nothing to remark at all. Sense of touch, hard and cool, weathered, hard and cool, weathered. That's not topaz, that's green marble, so... Will this break my streak? We've been doing so well up until now. It's the only thing we've got. I don't know if we've got the option to search in them. We're gonna fucking go for it. No! Devastating. Absolutely soul destroying. We fucked it there. I fucked it there. I'll take ownership for my mistakes. Is there anything... So that's just that. That. I like that we've got the Rune of Protection there. Does anyone else have an amber... fucking thing? That's an orange gemstone, black gemstone. I would have thought they can't ask for things that we don't have. I wouldn't have thought so. And it would be a smell thing as well, I believe. A small topaz gemstone known as the Eye. That's gold. Shadow hold. These are all blue gemstones. That's not... This is the only one with a pale yellow gemstone, unless I'm really struggling. That's a pinkish gemstone. That's gold. Symbol on the green bottle is... I don't know. Good question. It's a big plus. It is vinegar. So it is that. And ah, fuck. Is it? She's asking for the actual. Ah, the small topaz gemstones the throw off. So we don't have the eye. We've got the vinegar for it. Ah. Well, that was very good. We were sold a dummy there on the gemstone. We locked in. I locked in. The holes in a Valant are of roughly equal size and spacing. They're used by the adventurers to help them find their way. A curious pulse can be felt where its power concentrates. Can't believe one black mark on the fucking record. Right, Simone, what are we doing? I've been working on something that you might find interesting. Did you know that nobody knows who built Strange Antiquities? It's very old, perhaps the oldest building in Undermere according to some accounts. Even Eli doesn't know all of its secrets. I've been decoding a journal that he found. It's slow work, but I've made a bit of a breakthrough recently. Have you discovered the plinths below the counter? I've learned that they can be used to access the shop's hidden depths, and this journal holds some of the keys. Here's something I discovered late last night. See what you make of it. Alcove key, horned shackle, evocant, and then a moon something. Ah, okay. Okay, so we now need to find the evocant, which we have found before. Where is it? Nope, 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 nope. There we go. And then a moon something. So I think there is a moonstone guardian. They tend to take the form of a comforting guardian. Moon, is moon a word here? Yep. We could maybe chuck in the Selenic totem. Ah, moon heart, there we go. Oh, fuck, okay. We'll take that. We'll take these. We'll take them all. Nice. And that can go away now. As can this. Can this fold up? Yep. We'll move you there. We'll move you here. And these things can go... Well, we'll place them there just, in fact, you know, until we've got all of them, we'll just place these in the box. Yeah, there we go. Nice. New items. After years of working in a thundering mill, I'm afraid I'm quite deaf now. I've tried St. John's Poppy, but I'm looking for a more permanent solution. I'd love to be able to hear my niece's laughter. The hearing charm. Alright, what have we got? Hearing charm. Boom. Oh, accidentally closing it. When generally used by the hard of hearing, they are a curiosity that can be enjoyed by young and old alike, and of course they have more devious applications too, making it possible to eavesdrop on private conversations. Hearing charms take the form of animals known for their hearing. I mean, I would say stags are quite known for their hearing, yeah? They've got to be alert for like predators and stuff. The bat as well, yeah, that's a good shout. Does it say anything else? It does say a simple trinket. Nah, the owl's already the Selenic totem. Unless there's another owl kicking around. Yeah, I think... Is there a rabbit thing? Sorry. I wouldn't have thought the bat was simple, because it's got like a black gemstone on it. And it's made of iron. See if I get busted for this. I'm gonna be distraught. Fuck you. That's not... Sorry, a bat with a black gemstone is not a simple trinket. It's not a fuse. Like, iron simple with a black gemstone though. Okay. Maybe I'll have to do this Check what the gemstone means. Yeah, good shout. Onyx, a stone of the night and of darkness. There are some who fear it and some who are seduced by it. Oh, there's also obsidian, stone of fire and fury. Yeah. Don't think it's bloodstone. So it's off. It has to be off an animal. So it's either that or the thing that we tried, or the fucking. I mean, that's not really a simple. It's bronze. If the bat is known for its hearing, but it's a simple trinket, it does not feel like a fucking simple trinket. I'm being gaslit into thinking intricate jewellery is simple. Right. Fuck you. I mean, yeah, fair. Well done to those of you who said bat. Veiled Fen. A veiled fen is brightly coloured in the light, but it clouds over after a short period in total darkness. They can be used to command attention from individuals or small groups of people. Public speakers sometimes use them as a substitute for charisma. The bat was the correct one. Yes, well done. Righty folks, that is the end of day 6. At camp that night, one of the pair had awoken with pain in his left eye. He was alert to the threat at once, recognising two things at the same time. One, a part of his mind was not his own, and two, the casket wanted to be opened. And we'll do a little funky drawing. Oh, Jesus, okay. This is a very intricate one. It's a statue pointing. Ah, nice. The maiden in the tower points the way. I am buried among the trees. Right. Okay, folks. I am gonna wrap up there. And I'm gonna wrap up there for a couple of reasons. One, this game is out tomorrow. We've done quite a lot of the nights, but we've still got a good chunk of the game still to go. If you do not want it spoiled, I mean, I know that we've done a fair section there, but if you do not want it spoiled, grab the game tomorrow, play it, enjoy it, absolutely rinse it with me. I won't play it tomorrow. I'll do it as a deal. I'll play something else tomorrow, and then we'll continue it either on Sunday or next week. I'm very, very excited to continue it though, so don't leave me hanging too long.